everybody, welcome to Spikey Saturday number 236 on the Leek. I'm John as always. Double Masters is gone. Unfortunately, Dominaria is here. I did not do a set review, of course. As y'all know, this is my fourth draft though, so I'm getting familiar with the cards. I'm thinking I'm taking the Prayer of Binding here. I found removal to be very good. This is 4 mana for a flash O-ring that gains us 2 life. Phasing of Zhalfir, I'm not a big fan of. It's a Wrath, but everybody gets a 2/2. So it's not a Wrath. I think the card's actually very bad. Tori, 1 red, red, white for a 3/3 Vigilance Trample. Other attacking creatures get +1/+1. Red is Trample. White is Pseudo Vigilance. Seems decent. I've been a fan of Banalish Sleeper. And everything else here seems very filler. You know, there's been some cards that have been, like, Samite Herbalist is okay, but it's not in the conversation here. Same with Protector. Sentry has been decent as a 4/4 for 4 with reach. But yeah, so I didn't do the set review because I was sick. My nephew visiting from New Jersey brought some sort of disease that I definitely got. Apparently not COVID. None of us tested positive, but definitely a respiratory coughy infection. I still have the cough 12 days later. So hopefully I can keep that under control. I've really liked Vohar in the blue-black deck. There's an Essence Scatter here as well. Cavalier's been pretty okay. I don't know that I want to pick it this highly. There is a Tribute to Urborg down here, which has been a pretty good removal spell. -2/-2. Or, if you've got some instant sorcery in the yard, and blue, minus perhaps some more. Timely Interference has been okay. Nothing that I'm stoked to pick 2. So I might take the Tribute to Urborg here, just as a bit more removal. I've played black-white, and it's been okay. But obviously we want to get a reason for that. I doubt the Vohar will come back around, but you never know. Here, I see a Mesa Cavalier, which has been okay. Flyers have been decent, as people haven't necessarily been picking up removal as highly as they should, but perhaps that will change soon. Blight Pile, if you want to get into the Defender deck. I don't think that's something that I want to try to do right now today, but I do certainly want to do it at some point, and I think the Defender deck doesn't exist if you don't have a Blight Pile or the white uncommon. The fact that the deck basically relies on uncommons says to me that the deck's not real. It's something that you might stumble into here or there and get lucky, but it's not something that you can just sit down and draft. So I think we'll take the Cavalier here. Nothing's jumping me into another color. The lands are not really pulling me any direction, so let's take that Cavalier. There's the blue Defender that mills, which is not very good. We've got a Bite down. We could be white-green. Phalanx. This has been slightly annoying. Like a 4/4 is pretty big in this format. Tolarian Geyser has been quite good as well. Anything that says draw a card has been pretty good. In fact, because we're already slightly looking whitish, I could take the Tolarian Geyser. We could even be this color combo. Esper. So yeah, I could see that. I haven't seen anything for green just yet, and I have seen some things for blue, but it's still very early for there to be signals. And of course it's Arena where signals don't exist because everybody's bad at drafting. Okay, we've got another Tribute to Urborg. We've got an Impulse, which I like. We've got a Mesa Cavalier, which I like. Braid's Frightful Return, not a big fan. Hammerhand can do some very good work in an aggressive deck. I've liked these Gardeners, although I've gotten them last pick. So I don't think we need to spend a real pick. I think we take another Tribute to Urborg here, continue exploring where we're going to go. We get a Destroy Evil, which is a pretty okay main deck card. I might prefer to sideboard it. Toughness 4 or greater can be a bit of a pain, but still okay. Notably, this won't kill most of the enlist creatures because they'll typically end up with high power, and this does not care about power. Apparently, evil is all in the butt. So it's either that or the Scavenger. I think we'll take the Destroy Evil. See if we can get some signals here. So Timely Interference and Impulse. I've seen some people be excited about the Necromass, and I've faced it, and it was definitely annoying, but you do have to get the creatures in the yard. We don't quite look like that yet. So we could take the Artillery Blast, and we could basically be heading towards a white-black, splash blue, kind of really, really control-y deck at the moment. We're kind of killing all the things. We definitely want to get some lands for our deck, though. So let's take up the Artillery Blast, see what we can get. We had a Combat Research, which you would think would be good with flyers if we were Esper. So that's a consideration. There's a Void Turner, a Battle Blessing. We're not getting into green for that. So I think that's an easy Combat Research. This would just be a 2/2 for our deck, which is probably not something that we'll have to play. Barricade has been okay. You know, sometimes sack a creature, draw a card is just what you happen to need. We'll pick it up. Not sure if we'll play it. The white has kind of disappeared. We get a Soaring Drake, which I'll happily take. There's a chance we end up more black-blue. But yeah, so far the set has not felt super 2021-2022 Magic, which is very good. And it is designed by my boy, Eric Lauer, or developed rather, which is a good sign. I don't think we're playing any of this. Let's take a Slimefoot Survey. Well, there's a Phalanx. There's a chance we're still whitish. I highly doubt we'll play a Blessing. Last pick Hammerhand for the aggressive red deck. And a Gibbering Barricade. I can't imagine we play two of them. Do we splash a Namata? Well, there's an Extinguish the Light, which will be our first pick. Oofa. So it's a 3/4 for 4 with reach, and if a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead when you do create a 1/1. So what if we were green, blue, black? What if we were black, blue, splash, green? That wouldn't be horrible. And that is some certain power. It feels bad just passing and Extinguish the Light, though. But I'm not married to the white. So let's take the Namata and see what we can see. We get a Shauna in green, white, blue. That's too far off. We get a Terra Sunder, which kind of replaces the Extinguish the Light. If we are just going to pitch the white. Yeah, I think this might be what we're doing. So we take the Terra Sunder and go from there. This is a 4-drop. I don't want to cast that for 2. What is it for 2? It's bad, right? Yeah, it's artifact or enchantment. You're never casting this for 1 and a green outside of out of the sideboard. I don't want to pick a Sojourner this highly. So I'm looking at a Shore Up. It's not that exciting. We also need to find lands. It looks like people are picking them highly in this pod. All right, let's take a Shore Up. We're going to want one. And I guess it's the pick we get there. Well, there's a black-green duel. The black cards are not exciting. Blue card is not exciting. And I don't think we're going deep into green to play any of that stuff. So if we want to do like a brief set review here, Captain's Call has been decent in the go wide deck. Battlefly Swarm's been very good. It's sort of like a kind of like a Typhoid Rat. It doesn't always have that death touch, but in exchange has flying. Vivisector I've not played. This has been a nice aggressive card. Also a nice aggressive card. But yeah, let's take the duel. We're going to need them. We're not quite ramping to a Mossbeard Ancient yet. We could just take it as top end. Oh, sorry, there's a Talus Lookout here. 3/2 flyer for 4, and when it dies, you get to take one of the top 2 cards of your library into your hand. Very good. Very good. It's a flyer, so we can control on the ground and then fly in for 3. Seems good. Because, yeah, I don't really know how we're getting to 7. There's a worm that we would play if we can get it back. I might play a combat trick. We'll see. There's another Soaring Drake. How creaturey are we? We're 4 creatures. Yeah. I don't know if we can get Writhing Necromass to be super cheap. So it's either Writhing Necromass or another Soaring Drake. I feel like I kind of want to be very flyery. You know, if we're killing, blocking on the ground, and then flying in the air, that could do what we need to do. Not much. I don't want an axe. I think this card's bad. Don't want a meteorite. Don't need a red-white duel. So I guess we're taking this just because it's here, which is unfortunate. Well, green-blue duel. Looking for that. Not going to miss a snare spinner because I do think we're going to be black-blue touching green. We're not going to be, you know, casting a snare spinner on 2 in this deck. Timely Interference is fine. We can certainly play them, but I'm not missing out on good mana. Thank you for showing up eventually. So we can take another one. Because again, I mean, these Baloths are very good. I'm just iffy about being 3 full colors after having given up a chunk of our pack 1. But if we are drawing enough cards... I don't know. Maybe I should have taken that Baloth. I'm not sure. We might be on a mana worker here if we're struggling for playables, but we'll see. So this should be a 5 mana 4/6. We can probably play that. Yeah, we need to get our creature count up. Boy, I feel like this timer is not... Maybe I'm just not paying attention. I feel like the timer is going faster than I would like it to. Gaia's Might is going to be better than Colossal Growth. I think this is +3/+3. And this is also going to be +3/+3. Yeah, these timers feel really short. That's weird. Maybe I'm just not familiar enough with the set yet. Okay, well, I guess we are going to be full on 3 colors because we got a Defiler of Vigor. 5 mana 6/6 trample, already fantastic. Our green stuff is Phyrexian, cool. And if we cast a green permanent, we could put +1/+1 counters on everything. Awesome. Super good, powerful bomb. We're taking it. Which is good because there's not much else in this pack. Impede Momentum has been very good. I don't want to first pick it. Duels have been good. I don't want to first pick them. So, good thing that's in the pack. We got a Choking Miasma. We got a Bite Down. We've got a Death Bloom Gardener. Both of these seem fairly important. There's a Djinn of the Fountain as well. Boy, howdy. Creature count? 10. I feel like we do need the Gardener. And what's our removal like? Terra Sunder, Tribute. I need the mana, but I feel really bad passing that Bite Down. Yavimaya Iconoclast, that's just going to be a 3/2 trample for 2 for us, which is good. Hey, but there's a Bite Down. We're on 11 creatures now? Yeah, that's too few creatures to be grabbing a Bite spell. So we'll take the Yavimaya Iconoclast here. And we're going to be way more green than I originally thought, which means the Baloth looks a lot better. Definitely should have taken the other Baloth. Yeah, we could play a Tatiova, since I think we're actually going to be... I guess we're touching black more than anything. We're green-blue. This has been a journey. This has definitely been a journey. This War Leech could be quite good, too. But I think Tatiova's pretty decent. 3 mana, 3/3 that we should be able to cast since we're going to be green-blue. And then eventually you just get 3/3 flyers on landfall. Really good. So here's a worm that I was talking about. We're at 14 creatures now. There is a Battle Rage Blessing. We already have one, so we don't need to think about that. Yeah, let's take a worm. It's a few too many 5-drops. I'd like to lower that a touch if I could. I think we're looking at getting rid of the Eerie Soul Tender. 2/3 for 3 Menace. That's it. That's it. We've got a Threats Undetected, which I don't think is any good. We've got a Pixie Illusionist, which is up our alley. Yeah. So I was thinking, and I should complete this thought a little bit later. So Micromancer gets us Shore Up Gaia's Might. That's not awful. I was thinking that sets with Kicker tend to be sets I really like. As much as a lot of limited people are like, if every set had cycling, it would be amazing. We don't need to get into that. I think that would be terrible. I think if every set had Kicker, I would be super happy. So Impede Momentum coming back is very nice. We could certainly pick that up, especially because that was the only other thing in the pack that I was thinking about. So we now have cuts to make. That's great. We got enough creatures. I like the way that this deck ended up looking. And yeah, we are blue-black, splashing green. Which means I think we get rid of this Gibbering Barricade. No, we get rid of the Toxic Abomination, because it's not coming down on 2 regularly enough. Whereas this, if it comes down on 4, it can still stabilize us. On 5, it could still stabilize us. Do I take the rare for rare completion? I think I do. What's our instant sorcery count to? 7? So those tributes can be quite big. Yeah, we just take a rare for rare completion here. A random Reacher could be handy. A Bog Badger is a nice little aggressive creature. Let's take the Bog Badger. It might go in over something. Maybe like over the Sojourner, because I don't think a 5 mana 4/6 is that exciting. We could take another Worm that I don't think will play. Stalker that I don't think will play. Well, that was a journey. We were white. We were white-black. We were white-black-blue. We were blue-black splash green. Then we ended up green-blue splash black. Cool. That was an exciting draft. I like drafts like that. I like drafts where you pivot. I like drafts where it's not just, I picked this good card and then I'm going to force it. Which is what a lot of the past couple of years have been. So, do I want this Mana Worker? 15 creatures. I mean, I don't think I'm putting anything else in. I'm playing all of my blue cards. Yeah, I don't think anything does better. And it lets us filter our mana in case we need it. We're sitting on 4 black sources for 4 black cards. 5 black sources, I guess. 6 black sources. That's not bad. 6, 7, 8 blue. 5, 6, 7, 8 green. Yeah, that seems about right. Seems about right. And these tributes are earlier. Or, sorry, later. You know, this would be good to have on 3. This would be good to have on 4. All right, I think that kind of works. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see how we can do. It would be great if this set turns out to be one that I enjoy. It would be a nice return to form. I've As I said, I've done 3 best of 3 drafts. I did 2-1, 2-1, 1-2. Boy, do 2-1s feel bad on Arena after 2 months of a 2-1 being 100% of your money back on MTGO. Hey. So we have... it's time for the geometric calculator. We have 8 blue sources, and we're on the draw. So 33, there's 8 blue sources. I would like a blue source within 3 draws, please. An 86% chance of us getting a blue source in the first 3 draws. Now, it might be a tapped blue source, but... Or wait, did they change this? It's a 43% chance of us getting exactly one. It's a... Oh, I think they did reorder these. So the probability of us getting 1 or more is only 57.8. Yeah, I thought 86 seemed high. What about in 4 draws? Because we've got that Urborg, it can keep us alive slightly. Okay, that's a 70% chance. I'll keep it. Because we could also draw green cards, right? Getting a bit too into the hypergeometric calculator, you can often forget that, well, I'm caring about drawing a blue land. I could draw one of my, like, you know, 10 green cards that would be super playable. So yeah, we'll probably just, hey, look, everything's great. Yeah, I don't think we have to kill that because our 2/3s can block it. And we'll see if they're going to make a whole bunch of value off of scrying 1. Red-black? The ideal here would be if we can get, like, some combat tricks with our removal. Raids, eh? Now I feel a little bit of pressure. Please don't sack a land. Otherwise, I'm going to lose 2 and you're going to get yourself a card. Scry to the bottom? Nice. Don't sack a land. Don't sack a land. Thank you. Thank you. Let's drop a Drake. Okay, so Braids is going to be a problem. Braids going to be a problem. We're going to take 3. So I'm going to look to play this Lookout, since that could block Braids. I expect we'll see Barricade sack. No. Wild. Okay. All right. Well, let's go. In for 2. Drop a Lookout. Lookout can stop Braids. So unfortunately, both of our 1-mana spells are combat tricks that we do have to show off if we play the Micromancer. Lightning Strike? All right. What do we find? What do we find? We find a Tatiova. Or a Worm. Boy, both of those are good. Yeah, I think we take the Worm since we can cast it and have a giant 5/4 next turn. And then we'll see if they sack the Barricade or not. If they do, I'll probably take 2 and let them draw a card. Oh, Vivisector. They are not utilizing that Braids. Let's get in for 2. Drop our Worm. You got to be real aggressive with Braids. You know, like you have lands in hand, and we're early on, sack a land. They're going to steal my Thrall and then sack it. Don't care for that. Don't care for that. All right, well, let's go back in and let's not have them draw a very, very good rare. That felt a little 2021, 2022 Magic. I would say that my definition of 2021, 22 Magic is when most of the games tend to have one person in control the entire game. I think that's been my experience for the past couple of years, is a lot of Magic where it's just like, I didn't get to participate or my opponent didn't get to participate. So one land and we've got our Drakes online. Yeah, gotta keep. I like back and forth in my games. Long back and forth games. Give me them board stalls. Vivisector, so we're just playing the same game that we did last game. But they won't follow that up with Braids again. That would be super duper unlikely. Like, impossibly unlikely. That's much worse than Braids. 3-2, Scry 2, sure. Have at it. Now, this doesn't draw a card for me if I don't kick it, right? No. The kick is just gain 3 life. Cool. Card's great. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. I like to draw cards. You like to draw cards? I love to draw cards. And we've got a Terra Sunder if we want to kill the Librarian, which is funny. We should keep that as a straight up terminate, however. Can certainly take 5, no problems there. Oh my god. What's it like to always have it all? Maybe we do actually want to kill the Librarian. I guess we should see what they're going to do with Braids here. Be cool if they killed their Vivisector. Yeah, I decline. Enjoy your card draw. I'm going to kill your Librarian. We can bounce their Braids, and we kind of time walk them a little bit. But boy, draw your bomb rare 2 games in a row early on, and you win. Not much we could do there. So let's see if we can luck out and survive. Second blue is going to be handy because it'll keep shore up. So we're certainly bouncing Braids. We're certainly going to hit in, draw ourselves a card. A 2-drop would be cool. No, just more lands. Well, we've got a shore up if we need it. Hopefully this turn is just them replaying Braids and not doing anything else. Don't do anything else. It's not awful. If they sack it, I'll take 2 and let them draw a card. They do not. Sounds good. Tatiova. Okie doka. Well, let's get in for 2, see what we draw. It's a swamp. So I think we're on flood the board, which means we don't have shore up, but I think that's okay. So yeah, let's flood the board with a Tatiova and a Soaring Drake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This land will create a 3/3 flyer. And we may have stabilized, especially if they are not aggressive with that Braid sacking. I would actually... I think I would certainly sack a land this turn to try to keep me off of my landfall triggers. Because we're actually attacking in for 8. Alright, they're going to steal, sack my Tatyova. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Don't much care for braids on turn 3/4 both games in a row. Not exciting magic. Not exciting. We will sack a creature. Not exciting magic. In for 2, draw a card. Let's drop a barricade. Let's drop a worker. Holding up a Gaia's Might and a Shore Up. That stops the braid attacks. So we have to attempt to outdraw them. Good lord. The hits keep coming. Their own barricade. Alright, so we've got to deal with that Garna. I think they sack a goblin here, and we sack our worker. Feels bad too. Three, 4. Yeah, so we sack the worker. So we need to basically, oh god, we take a damage. Oh god. Yeah, we needed that to desperately not be a land, and we need this to not be a land. We need it to be a creature. Tribute to Urborg is -4/-4. Who needs to die? Braids or Garna? Whenever another creature you control dies, draw a card if it was attacking. Otherwise, deals 1 damage. I think it's got to be Braids. Kill Braids. We take 1. We can block Garna with the Gibbering Barricade, give it +3/+3. We can shore up in response if they have removal. So we may have stabilized here. Let's hope. Let's hope. Well, they are... Oh, another creature. Okay, so Garna's not going to draw a card. So that's a plus. Well, it is going to draw a card because Barricade will sack and they'll gain a life. Okay, another chance to go creature with our draw for turn and our Soaring Drake draw. Land go, please. How many creatures have we seen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? We've got 10 creatures? My deck is 50% creatures. 50%! 5-0! Oh, don't look at your graveyard. Don't do that. You don't need to cast Braids a second frigging turn. They're going to cast Braids a second frigging turn. Not this turn, though. Goblin Picker? Sure. Okay, so now we have to kill Braids a second time. Ooh, that's good. Well, there's creature number 1. Show me creature number 2. That's a land. Good try. All right, so what can we do? Sack a Saproling. So that's actually pretty cool. If they sack something to Braids, we get a Saproling. And then we can sack our Saproling. That Primeval Warden might be what keeps us alive. Oh, and then we can sack Saprolings to gain life and draw cards. Oofa. Oofa. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7. So they have enough to cast both, which is uncool. I figure we'll see a sack of the picker, which won't do anything because we'll just sack our sapperling that gets made. So our Primeval Warden has actually turned off braids, which is very good. We will still be taking a damage a turn. So we are on like a 4-turn clock or a 5-turn clock, 4-turn clock, I guess. They read Namada. They're going to rummage because they're going to sack it. They're going to sack it. Wait, what? If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. Create a 1/1 green sapperling token. Pardon? Pardon? It exiled? Where the fuck is my sapperling token? Where's my sapperling token? I don't get the sapperling token until this resolves? That's BS. That's BS. All right. Time to go creature, please. And thank you. Bog Badger. Yeah, that's a creature. Boy, that's not my favorite thing to happen. Why does this fully resolve? Because it's not 2 triggers. It's just 1 trigger. So this trigger has to finish resolving before this trigger can get put on the stack. That's dumb. 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 No attacks. They're going to sack their barricade. Oh, no, I have my sapperlings now. There's no point in them sacking stuff, right? Oh, and Garna doesn't even trigger. Garna doesn't even trigger. Because it exiles. It doesn't die. All right. Things are good. So, let's see what we can draw. Okay, this has been a good game of Magic because these did not just take over the game as they initially looked as though they would. Wow, that is land ahoy. Okay, we need Garna to die. So let's make Garna die, which gives us a sapperling and gets rid of Garna. Fair. Gain your life, draw a card. I get a sapperling. Everybody's happy. See, even if I lose here, this has been good Magic. It's not been a good cough. I'd love the cough to go away. How many lands do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We've got 5 lands in these 14 cards. Not a chance. Not a chance. Exparoof. Not a chance. So this cough is why I don't think that I could have done a 7-hour set review. I think that would have been a bad idea. All right, so unlikely they'll sack anything other than a land to try to catch me or something, but We both have enough lands. Hey, it's my turn. What does this do? Do I want to sack a Sapperling? Do I want to sack 2 to draw a card? Not really. Pixie Illusionist, that'll help close the game out. Alright, so Soaring Drake in for 2. We get to draw a card. Take him to 6. It's a land. So we can kick this. And they're dead this coming turn. Two flyers really helps calm things down. Do we still have the Lookout? We do still have the Talus Lookout in our deck. We still have some beefy 5-drops in our deck too, don't we? Choking Miasma. Killing my Sapperlings? Was this kicked? How do I tell if it's kicked? Is this grayed out if it's not kicked? So are they just getting a counter on something and killing my 2 Sapperlings? Yeah, they're just killing my 2 Sapperlings. And they're going to Hurler Cyclops. Okay, so this is problematic. Ish. They're going to sack a land? Sure, me too. Problematic-ish, but not crazily so. So we can get in and take them to 1. Draw a card. Hopefully it's a creature. It's a land. So we can drop an Elfheim Druid. So they're dead unless this card's amazing. Not 100% sure what it could be. They've only got 2 things to sack to do 2 damage, so I'm only at 3. What if it's another steal spell? If it's another steal spell, they take my 3/3. We go to 2, we go block, block. Yeah, if it's a steal spell, I'm dead. They've played the 1 that we know they have. Now, are they splashing? Do they have that green land just to... I guess to do Urborg and Sprouting Goblin and the Choking Miasma. Alright, if it was the steal spell, I think they would have just, yeah. Whew! That was cool magic! And before anybody gets in the comments saying, oh, well, it was cool magic because you won. If I had lost, that would have been cool magic. Because it took a while, and we went back and forth. That's what I like. And kicker. I think if every set had kicker, so you have cards that are 2 cards, which I've talked a lot about not liking in the past couple of years, cards that are 2 full cards. You have kicker, where the card is 2 full cards, but you only ever get 1. And 1 is more relevant early in the game, and 1 is more relevant later in the game. That I really like. Really, really like kicker. All right, let's see if game 3 can be a good game of Magic. Good game of Magic starts with a good starting hand, and this is fine. We found our beef. So let's hope we find something on the way to our beef. No braids on turn 3. What the absolute hell? All right, we can at least tear asunder Braids if we just find one more land. Don't sack a land, please. This is where, like, if you have a land in hand, you probably sack a land here. Okay, so Braids is dead next turn. So I would like to have a 3/3 down. Braids is gonna eat it. And we exile her too, which means she ain't coming back. She ain't coming back. Whatever. All right, your whole Thrall of the Pit one-hit wonder plan is done. We're done with that. Go away. And then we're going to follow up with a 4/5 or a 5/4. We'll see what they have to say. If it's Garna, it's the 4/5. If it's a 2/2, I think it's the 5/4. Because it's got Trample, and it's got Vigilance, and we got a way to make it a little bit beefier. All right, Braids gone. Rude, but we've got more beef. Always more beef. Oh, we don't have 1 mana spells anymore for Micromancer. This is just a 4 mana 3/3. That's less than ideal. All right, you got to run out of cards at some point. Gotta run out of them at some point. So that Extinguish the Light's new. We haven't seen that. They shouldn't have a way of recurring it, at least. All right, so let's come in for 4. Ooh. Oh, right. It has text. That's funny. Yeah, let's drop a Soaring Drake and hold up Gaia's Might and Shore Up, I guess. 7 mana do nothing, eh? So you got a Lightning Strike in hand and you couldn't use it? I mean, no, they couldn't have used it because they couldn't have blocked. They've got lands and a Lightning Strike, a Choking Miasma, which is not going to do much of anything. Gets a counter on the Vivisector, I guess? Okay. That's the second time that I feel like they've used Choking Miasma very questionably. I will take one. Ow. Nope. Nope. Good try. Told you they had Lightning Strike. All right, in for 6. Let's drop this Micromancer. Take action? Didn't think so. Oh, yeah. Remember that we have a Defiler of Vigor in our deck? All right. Maybe they really wanted to block the Line Breaker if they thought that was going to be a thing. Easy trade. Easy trade. Enjoy your scry. 7, 8, 9. We've got him down to 1. There's a chance we should have taken that, just in case they have nothing, because then we would have had lethal on the crackback. But I'm happy with conservative plays usually. Bottom, love that. Love that. Okay, they've got an Urborg Repossession, so that's only going to get back 1 creature. Gibbering Barricade? Sure. Doesn't block anything. They can sack it to draw a card, I guess? They're just going to Urborg back the 2/2. Sure thing. All right. There's their entire turn, and it doesn't do anything because we still get in for 6. So in for 6. And then I think we actually... No. Because this can be -4/-4. All right. Better have been a good card. That will certainly take 2. So they think they're not dead if they gain life, but they are dead with the Gaia's Might. So they're going to get a Scry draw, which is pretty cute here. Scry bottom, draw blind. What'd you find? Does it block a line breaker, Baloth? Baloth? Baloth. It does not matter for them. Bottom, bottom. Yep, they're dead. So we tribute to Urborg, killing the 3/2. We Gaia's Might, and they die. Boop. Boop. Good magic. We got past Braids on turn 3 or 4. 3 games in a row. Other than game 1, that felt good. Back and forth. Interaction. Removal seems to be good. There's a chance this set is good. Please don't let Arena or 17 lands ruin it. Please. All right, let's play first. That's a Mana Worker on 2. Any land, because we have the Mana Worker, is Tatyova on 3. That's a keep. Mull, I like it. Oh, man. Don't get sick, people. It's not fun. All right, that's a natural Tatyova. No, it's not a natural Tatyova. We do need the Mana Worker for Tatyova to go work here. Let's get Tatyova out just in case of an Artillery Blast here. Although Artillery Blast would not kill it. It would be a 2-mana, 1 damage spell. All right, white, green, eh? Citizen's Arrest. We do have removal for that. So it's not the worst thing in the world. So they mulled. I think I'm happy with the Bog Badger for a bit more damage because we can impede momentum if they have a decent blocker. And this is the only blue common removal that exists. And it's actually pretty good. In Modern Magic, turning a creature off for 4 turns is basically the entire game. As long as you're not casting this on turn 2, it's basically the entire game. A Death Toucher Tapper? I mean, that seems like a great impede momentum target. Another land, I don't need that yet. We will find them when we need them. In for 4, we get to hold up Shore Up for our Bog Badger here. We've taken them off their color. We've taken them off their ramp. We've taken them off their Death Touch blocker. A Librarian? Sure. Scry 2. That does block my Badger pretty well. Not a big fan of that. So I think we're draking and passing the turn. I missed where those cards went. And now we'll never know. Because it is impossible, absolutely impossible to implement a battle log. I will do the attack here. I would love to see a trade. Oh, we got him. We did it. We got him. Not today. Now they're not even attacking either. Oof. Removal is good, which means interaction to removal is also good. Sure, that's fine. You're not attacking me. Okay, we get to do this again. That's fun. In for 2, draw a card. Hopefully it's a creature. It's a land. It was always a land. Do we bounce their librarian just to draw a card and not take 3? No. Hell no. We bounce whatever this big beefy thing's going to be. Baloth. Yavimaya thingy-majiggy. Man, imagine if we still had Tatiova. That would be good. All right, librarian.deck. Librarian.deck. Top. Must be nice. In for 3, you got it. No blocks. Hello. Oh, let's get in for 2. Draw ourselves a card. Hello. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Big ol' worm first, because maybe bounce lets us just win the game if they get aggressive. Two flyer, sure. 2/2 flyer in the list, yeah? Yeah. Honored heirloom, sure. Sure thing, Areno. Ooh. Oh, there's so much we can do here. Oh, show me a sweet, sweet double block on this worm. Double block my worm, please. Please double block my worm. Yes, yes. Confirm. Thank you. We don't even have to pay all the mana, we just have to pay 2. Kill that one. Kill that one. You take 3. Oofa doof. You get to draw a card. It's yet another flyer. I think we actually bounced the Sky Knight. No. We bounce something next turn. We bounce the Sky Knight next turn with 2 flyers in the air. I wanted to bounce the Sky Knight just to force them to replay it and have not many options left. Yeah, they're just dead in the air. Oof. The doof. Yeah, so we don't even need to show them anything. Boop, boop. All right. All right. Ain't got a sideboard because we kind of gave up pack 1 back when we thought we were a white deck. Remember those days? I remember those days. Man, I love Shore Up. I love decks that have Snakeskin Veil or Ranger's Guile type effects in them. They put me on the play. Could use a green, but that's a Drake on 3. That's an Urborg for an early problem. So I think we're good. Let's lead with Swamp. Forest and a go. Ooh, hello, Duel. That lets us Deathbloom Gardener, which then lets us kick an Iconoclast. Honored Heirloom, do not care. Do not care. +2, +1. And if it's legendary, Trample Haste. Show me not something with 3 power. 2 power is notably not 3 power. So, let's kick this, kick it good. And let's Slam-a-Llama Ding Dong. And then if they equip the heirloom to the Cavalier, we just get to, like, kill the Cavalier. Oof. So good. Pay 2 to equip the Cavalier. Pay 2. Come on, you want to hit me for 4, don't you? I just hit you for 4. Do it. Come on. Boo. Alright, well now, I think we need that sentry to die. Sentry is a problemo. So let's... do not like this. Because these are going to trade. We're going to 2 for... Yeah, I'm going to 2 for... Maybe they're cowards. They're not cowards. Yeah, we're going to have to do this. And do this. Oh. 12 days of this cough. It was worse, I guess, so that's a plus. All right. Now we're in significant amounts of trouble. We need to never draw a land again for the entirety of the game, basically. And we do have to trade here. No. All right. Well, quick game, I think. No more lands ever. 0 more lands. Yeah, we're gonna... Oh, crud. Wait. That was not untapped. I should have attacked. Oops. Well, if we lose by 1, that's my fault. But we're going to sack that gardener because we need to draw many things quickly. Dear Lord. All right, well, we're sacking the barricade, I guess. Bog better. Bite down, tail swipe. All right. Down to 10. Let's hope we can interact. That's a blocker. C'est un bloqueur. Okay, so we're on a 3-turn clock. They're on a 3-turn clock. We die first. They notably have 3 cards in their hand, which we do not have. So I will put that Pixie Illusionist in front of that Cavalier if they give me the opportunity. 100%. Scour the wilderness, so they get a land and they get 2 elves. Sure. Okay. All right. Stabilizing, maybe? Question mark. Let's try to 6 them and then follow up with a lookout that can block the Cavalier. Because they just told me they don't have a combat trick in hand. Makes the life totals much more even. 2 blockers for the Cavalier. More bite downs. All right, so that's 2 bite downs and a tail swipe. So our shore up is very important in game 3. Weatherseed Treaty, I'm dead for... No, I'm not dead. They probably just make a 1/1 here. Oh, they're going to go the whole shebang. Okay. So they're going to get a land. Presumably hit me for 4. Have nothing left, please. Thank you. Ooh, okay. Okay, doke. Okie dokily do. Impede momentum, helping out. All right, so they're going to get a 1/1. Which they could put their sword on, but we'll throw our gardener in front very readily. Arga. All right, you got it. Stop! Is it a trample? It gets trample? Come on. So it's a 6/6 trample they're looking at right there? I mean, we can block with Gardener and go to 1. And hope they did not top deck a pump spell. Oh no, they just moved the heirloom over, if they're smart. Move the heirloom over to the marrow. That doesn't have haste. They're not smart. No, move the sword over. Okay. Go to 1. Geyser. Okay. Okay. Bounce the root wallow. Draw our card. Creature. Creature that finds a shore up. Ooh, hello. All right. In for 5. Chump. Pardon? You're at 11. All right, we get to go get our shore up. Do we want the shore up or do we want the Guy's Might? Does Guy's Might just win? No. So I want the shore up. Because we have the mana for the shore. Okay. We still have to deal with the Cavalier somehow. Which means we're not attacking with the Drake. They've got a Gardener. Good for them. Actually, we can attack with the Drake because we could shore it up. It would be a trade, which wouldn't be ideal, but we could. Mana Worker. Okay. In. And that'll leave us with 3 blockers for their 3 creatures. Yeah. So let's see if we can get them to 3 here. Sure. This doesn't get trample, right? Does not get trample. Okay. Hold on to your butts. They top decked a land. If we can just top deck not a land. Sure. You got a 4/4. Okay. Uh-huh. Block. Trade. There's a top deck that wins the game this turn. Show me not a land. God dang it. So we get in for 3. Then we untap it, block, and we are in desperation top deck mode. Absolute desperation top deck mode. All right, pump your root wall. What the hell? Why are we losing to this? Okay, we're not losing to this opponent anymore. Oh, I have to play the land first. Our green deck only had 1 green source. How did we only have 1 green source? Holy moly, we did it. Holy moly. MVP opponent there. MVP opponent. We shouldn't have won that game, but I'm happy that we did. All right, 2-0. Let's see if we can 3-0 for the first Spikey Saturday. And then I need to go and eat some halls. Whew. And some Dayquil. Yeah, there's no way I could have handled 7 hours of set review. So this is on 4. I don't want to cast this on 2. We could find a swamp. Let's keep and hope our opponent's not fast / quickly powerful. I don't even know what their avatar is. All right, they're looking to be fast. We are not impeding the momentum of a Phoenix chick, however. Swamp 1 time. Swamp 1 time. Not quite. Yeah, no, I'll take 2. Ow, ow. Pass the turn. You love to see it. Talus Lookout. Talus Lookout, no kill. I like it. I like it a lot. I'll trade with that Faith Bonder. Goblin Picker? Sure. I'll eat the Faith Bonder. Okay. What do we find? Yeah, I'll take that. We'll need the forest for it. But... ugh. All right, we're micromancering into our shore up. Playing our island. And passing the turn. Need a swamp. Need to find a swamp. All right, so they're going to enlist. Sure thing. Do I want to trade? I think I do. If you've got even more combat tricks, congratulations. Sure. Take 1. Well, we've got a Drake, and we can impede the momentum of this. Nope. Don't have black. Our lands are not cooperating. I really don't like that their sleeves are freaking out. You got more combat tricks? You're going to run out of them someday. Yeah, you're going to run out of them someday. I promise you, one of these days, you're going to want to have a combat trick, and you're not going to have one. Imagine if our lands cooperated. We could have been perhaps okay. Instead, we die. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why did you choose to not kill me? Because you wanted to do it that way. You wanted to give me more information. Okay. All right. Let's go back in and ask the lands to cooperate, shall we? That was not fun magic. That felt like our first game today. But hey, that would be like what? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 good games of Magic to 2 bad? I mean, I would prefer a slightly better ratio than that, if possible, but that's better than we've had for a while. So let's make that 5 and 2. Play first. No. That's all of our colors. And some very good cards. I guess we have a second Soaring Drake? So we get an Iconoclast on 2. Which is handy to have. If we can find a land, we've got Namada on 4. And we maybe lock things down a bit. They get their Phoenix Chick a turn off, which is good. We follow up with a Mana Worker. But I think they are low curve, red, white aggro, which can also be quite good in this format. So many combat tricks, though. If we can find removal at the right time, we should be able to do some very bad things to them. No untapped land, so we don't get Namada that turn, unfortunately. It feels like they might be off of whatever they're planning to doing. 2 damage to each creature and each opponent. Well, that's BS. We will tear asunder the Elder Dragon War, but we are going to lose our Iconoclast. But hey, they lose their Phoenix Chick as well. So we'll get in for 1, drop Namada. Keeping them off that dragon feels pretty good, though. I'd love to impede the momentum of a 5-drop here. Ugh, 3-drop kicked. Not amazing. But I will impede that so that we can start getting in. Tribute to Herb seems good. So we get some really good attacks here. This seems really good with their combat tricks that they're flaunting about. Another one. Okay. Wow. 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're not dead. So I'm going to put a whole lot of faith into this Tribute to Urborg. This Tribute to Urborg and their greed here. Show me greed. Attack with everything, please. Coward. 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so we're going to tribute the 3/1. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to go to 3. And we're going to get a Saproling. But then we still have to deal with the 1/1. So probably not good enough. I think they out-aggroed me. They are playing a deeply aggressive deck. Deeply aggressive deck. Actually, we do get to trade here. Oh, no, because we're in blockers already. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think we did our best possible attempt here. And it was not good enough. Because we can go block, 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 and take 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, not good enough. Not good enough. Okay. All right. Well, aggro is viable. That can always be good, as long as the format is not everything revolving around that. So, and that was a good game of Magic as well. Very close, much better than game 1 of that match. So I think we finished up at 5 good matches and 2 garbage matches, which is the best ratio we've had in years in limited standard sets. So hopefully Dominaria continues to be this good. Like I said, I hope that 17 lands doesn't destroy it. I wish 17 lands would disappear forever. That would be fantastic. But yeah, let me know how you're doing with Dominaria United. Let me know how your pre-release went this weekend. Let me know how Arena's going. Let me know everything you want to let me know. And I will see you all next time. You can go find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/TheManaLeak. I'm there every Wednesday. Super good time. We hang out. We chat board games and beer. And tangentially, we play Magic too, I guess. But yeah, it's a good time. And hopefully next video, maybe the cough will be gone. See y'all next time.